Angela here. Um, so my latest adventure um, was to close out the year, 2020, and I wanted to do something that, well, obviously was more um, challenging than any other one that I've done so far this year. Um, so I went to North Georgia 2 days before Christmas Eve and went up to the Arkaquah Trail. I think that's how you say it. Everyone says it so differently. So Arkaquah. Um, sorry. So, anyways, um, it's I don't know, like 11 miles or something like that altogether, and it's definitely got some elevation there. And again, backpack, 20 pounds, I guess. I actually like because I wasn't sure. I mean, I was pretty sure that I was gonna um be camping on Wolf Floral Top, but um I didn't know like if I was gonna get stranded on the Arkaquah Trail, so I wanted to have some kind of being prepared, and that was. I'm so sorry. Hold on. um, so that was my theory behind it was I'm gonna carry not my tent, like I guess I was sleeping on the ground and sorry, so sorry. Really? Come on. So um I would totally stop this and redo it, but I've done this like so many times and stopped it and so I'm going with it. I don't care what happens. So had everything except for the tent and my sleeping bag and all that stuff. So I it's like I guess maybe 20, maybe 22 pounds. I don't know. So start going up the Arkaquah Trail, and it's like up, and it's killer. And like I know there's been bear sightings. They say that there's been bears up there. So and to make a noise, and you're going down the trail, which is what I did, singing, like, and telling the bears I come in peace, literally. It was killer. And by the time I got to the top, I'm thinking, whew, a good time. Like, yeah. And then I realized there's 4 mountains that you have to go over. This is the first one that I was on top of. Like, it's like, and then I realized that there's like this like little trail. To me, it's like to some people they probably would think it's nothing, and it's not narrow, but it was. I mean, like maybe two people could fit in it, like side by side, and then like there's a drop off. And I've been getting used to like drop offs, kind of like the ones that maybe are like have a slant in them and trees, because I feel like maybe if I fell, like maybe that I have like at least a fighting chance to like get caught by a tree. But at this particular point, I didn't really have like trees like that, and yeah, you're a goner probably. Like you're pretty much gone. I mean, yeah. I mean, so my fear heights took over. I started crying, and it's in my videos. Like I was like a big baby, but I wanted it to be real, and I wanted it to be like raw, and that's what I want my videos to be. I want people to see me for me and the struggles and everything that it's no drama. It's no drama. It's not dramatized. It's not nothing. It's seriously real. um, so I cried, and I was like for 10 minutes sat there like I don't know if I can do this. I got the courage up and went across it, and then you get to a point where it's like a drop off on both sides, which that wasn't too bad because it was like a pretty good like little space there. So I just stayed in the middle. It was insanely beautiful. And I continue on. I was I was so tired having that backpack on, and I had no gloves because I'd lost them. Well, I had two pair. One was in the car, and the other pair somehow fell off on the trail in the beginning. So it's cold. It's funny because when you're walking, like it's funny, like you get cold and you get hot, you get cold and you get hot, but your hands, like my hands stayed cold, and so hands are cold, and a lot of times I was freezing, and I had this backpack on, and it was, like I said, it was a pretty difficult trail. They say it's the most difficult trail in Georgia. I don't know who they is. Google. I'm not really sure. I am gonna say that it was the most difficult because I feel like I like their theory and makes me feel a little bit better. But it took me as long as it did. So either way, continued on. I really wanted to go into more detail about this, but I've tried. And this is it's like so much I want to talk about, and then I always mess up and restart, and I'm just gonna. Yeah, it was crazy. Watch my videos. It was horrible. Like as far as the incline, and I get so tired, and my asthma. I didn't have my inhaler. Mm. Well, it got to a point where it was ice, and so there's these rocks. It's just part of the trail, so you have to like climb up these rocks. And oh, by the way, I haven't seen one person. It's just me. I get to these rocks after forever, it seemed like, and no gloves, backpack, and a little few feet behind you is a drop off. I know I have to go up these rocks. What am I gonna do? Like sit there and wait or go back? That's going back is not an option. Like I don't do that in my life. I don't go backwards. Like I might sit and cry and curl up in a ball where I'm at, but I'm gonna be falling forward when I do it. It's like when I do fall down, I'm gonna make sure I go forward, not gonna go backwards. And so I was like for like 10 minutes, I'm just like, oh my gosh, this is insane. Like, how am I gonna get up there? Because I mean, I don't even without ice, it would be difficult for unless you were so incredibly athletic to even go up it without using like your hands. Like you have to almost like crawl up it. And I remember there's a part in like the YouTube video that someone said they had to use a rope just to get a couple that was trying to get up there and couldn't. So like they needed help getting up there, and that was with no ice. So it's completely iced over. Not a little bit of ice, it's all of ice. And then finally seen two like older gentlemen walking down, and they were like, "How heavy is your pack?" I'm like, "I have no idea." Okay, I didn't weigh my pack. I had no GPS. My phone at this point was almost dead, and I had left my my portable charger in the car. So I knew I was about to have no phone, no GPS, anyways. I mean, like, no map. Just winging it. And they were like, "You got too much in there." I'm like, "I know." And then I was like, "Am I close to the end?" And they're like, "Oh, honey, you're just now like maybe halfway." And I'm like, "Great, this is great." So they kept going. They were like struggling in themselves getting down without slipping. So I mean, I didn't expect them to like try to assist me by any means. And so I stood there for a few more minutes, and I got, yeah, okay. So I started like crawling out, like with my hands, and it was so tough. It was cold. My hands were numb. So I could barely feel them. My knees were messed up, which is the video. You'll see the picture of my bruised knees. That's from the ice, crawling up the ice. So yeah, I was like tough. It was tough. And I knew I could like I kept slipping some, but I knew I couldn't slip and go down because I probably would have gotten hurt. And the higher that I got, like the worse it would have been if I did fall. Possibility of breaking a bone or bouncing off the mountain. So it's like, what do you do? And then I saw this like little yellow. I wouldn't. It's not even a rope. It's like a string, like you tie down or something furniture. Little yellow string on a truck or something. And it was hanging like just tied to the tree up top. And I'm like, I yanked on it. I'm like, yeah, well, this is not gonna hold my whole weight in my backpack. So, but I still kind of used it with one hand as a guide and just a little bit of security. And I still crawled like the rest of the way. And I don't know if it helped or not. I feel like it might have a little bit. I mean, I felt it later because my hands were numb. You don't feel the rope string burn that you get when you're so like I felt it later. It's just burnt like um so I got to the top of it and then you have to kind of like pull yourself up to actually get onto the trail and that was a defining moment in my life. I wish I would have had that on video. It was like a rocky moment because that was rough. Like by then it's like I can't fall. It's like in slow motion. I literally did that. I was like, ah. Oh, it's been so nice that I had a GoPro. That'd have been like a moment for real, like a historical moment. But whatever. Um, got up, continued on. It was rough, but so many times that I just, yeah, it was tough. Like you just, you don't have a choice. You just do it. Or you cry and scream when you're doing it, but like you just do it. And there's one other moment like that kind of stands out. It's like there's this overhang rock. Well, first of all, the first overhang rock I came to, it's like, where's the path? It just ends. It's like gone. You have to look, and it's in between these rocks. It's this little narrow path. You got to go in between the rocks to get back on the actual trail. And then I got to another overhang, and it was beautiful right there. And that's probably a place I would have camped if I did camp up there. And I sat down and relaxed, and I thought, oh gosh, I gotta pee. Oh, like I don't like I don't know. I'm just not comfortable doing that yet. So, but I did. I was like, it's horrible. I embarrassed myself. And then continued on. And so finally, by the time I got done, though, it was like nearing dusk. So dusk, dawn, whatever, like dark. And I went to I actually had to have a ride to hold on, let me make sure I say it right. Wolf Laurel Top because if I would have tried to go back down, I would have gotten stuck in the dark, and there's no lights out there, and I didn't have a headlight thingy, so head flashlight thing. I did, and then my son took it when he went to basic training, or yeah, one of those things he went to. He kind of stole it, and I never did see it again. So, got a ride over there, and anyways, it was like almost dark, so I'm walking up, and it was like I'm dead. My muscles hurt. Barely can go on. It's dark and I was like probably 3/4 of the way. I mean, I had to keep stopping and catching my breath, and then about 3/4 of the way, I just felt like my knees and just dropped my pack. Like at that point, I was ready to just lay down and just say, you know what happens happens, because I cannot. I mean, my body would not allow me to take another step, and thank God I call them trail angel, which is what people do call, like, whether they're trail angels or trail angels that aren't on the trail that just help people, but that's what they're called. They're people that help people that are backpacking and stuff. And he came and helped me. He actually carried my pack the rest of the way. Thank God, because I really don't think I know. I'm not even gonna say I don't think I couldn't have made it. There's no way. I mean, I could have left the pack there and just went on up there, but then all my stuff, it's like, well, I don't have none of my stuff, so yeah, I got up there and it was freezing cold. It was probably 25 degrees, maybe with the wind chill, I guess. Maybe 30 without. I don't know. Freezing wind was insane, and freezing. And let me just do a little like pointer. Like my son decided to tell me like when he went on these whatever he went on when he had to do his thing. He's like, oh yeah, when we're out in the cold and if you get naked and sleep in the sleeping bag, like it warms you up. Guess who wants to test that theory? To me, I'd say no, it does not work. And maybe it does, maybe it was in my head, but it did not work for me. I was still freezing like crazy. I ate a mountain man meal thing in the bag. It was good spaghetti. So you boil the water and you pour it in the bag and let it sit for like 5 minutes. I was like, this is no way this can be good. It was darn good. And I was like, what? All right. Yes, it was good. And Yeah, froze my butt off that night. Anyways, when I went back down the next day, like and it's daylight and I could actually see, I'm like, dang, I'm like there's like these like drop offs and like if you some parts you go maybe a couple steps over here, you're gone. Like it's like you don't see that at night. So and then I realized like how long it was to get up there, and I'm thinking, dude, man, I was like really disappointed in myself because the whole pack thing, and but then when I realized going down, like this is how did I? So that was it. I guess there's a lot more to say, but if I keep talking about it, I'll mess something up, and then just have to re-record. And I'm not doing that again. So it was great. I recommend it to anyone, and you'll see on my videos. That video with just that, and then my final video that covers all the adventures in 2020. So yeah, that's it. So I love 2020 when it came to that hiking, and then I loved it. Can't wait to do the JMT, and I'm ready. So thanks for watching, and there's so much more that I want to say about that trip, but it's Angela out.